No, that's actually where, at the end, it'll actually be the speaker for the intercom and the clock. So that's just what they call back box. So here's a picture from Castro Park as you look onto the campus on buildings B and C. And this is a photo of LPS from the corner of Bissell. And you can always tell one with the light green striping, and it's a 3-story structure. And this is a photo of the Sylvester Greenwood, which is actually a smaller structure. It's only 2 stories high. And you can see the sun shades around the windows to help defer the light. This is one of our non-air conditioning facilities. Again, you've seen this picture many times now, but you can see the progress that's moving along. Last time I think you saw this, you saw the framework for the concrete and the seat walls. Then you see that the walkways are put in with the colored concrete. The planters are filled in. And you can see the walkways actually underneath the gymnasium entryway. What you see in the field will actually be asphalt. That'll be one of the next parts that'll help close that campus off. This is inside the gymnasium building. You can see the upper panels are all installed. The workers here, they're actually working on smoothing out the floor, getting ready to lay the wood flooring. And if you look to the back of the picture, you can actually see the stacks of the maple flooring as it sits there and acclimates itself to the climate conditions within the building itself. So one of the things you have to do is make sure the moisture count gets to a low enough level to stabilize the wood before you put it down, so you don't see a lot of shrinkage in the floors. This is a typical science classroom and the casework going in. Then at the ends of it, so this is actually, you're standing in the new parking lot for staff. It'll actually be a drive-through all the way from the existing campus past the gymnasium and circle back out. And this is you turn around and look back towards the new Link Learning facility. A little bit closer up of what the campus will look like. And one of our next phases, that as soon as school gets out, we'll be moving over to the soccer field. Right now, that's a temporary parking for the field itself and for the school. The plan is to turn the parking over within the new fields area. You can see the parking on there's a drive out down the middle strip between the baseball field and the multi-purpose fields and tennis courts. And then parking above as a drive aisle and drop off continuing through.
Those of us with 4 eyes, the big square is what, the small circular one is what, and the small square is what.
Okay, so.
I'm not as good as yours.
All right, well, I have to wear the glasses, so. But the big square is actually the area of construction that's currently underway. So that's the area we've been working on while school's currently in. And that means we're working on the Link Learning facility as well as the fields, which are tennis courts, a multi-purpose field, and a new softball field. The area that we're going to begin construction on, which is a smaller red square, which is currently parking by the football field, that'll be the parking, and it was always planned to be temporary when we opened up the campus, so that parking lot will be torn out, and the new soccer field will go in starting this summer. El Cerrito, this is just a view, again, looking down on the field. You can see how far along we are. The track rock has already been placed, all the curbing's in. The field has actually been gravelled over, or base rocked over, ready to receive the turf. This is actually just a little bit older field when they were actually placing the base rock around the track area. This is the visitors' bleachers that have been going up. They're continuing on. You can see that the announcer's booth is actually in the middle of that. That'll have an elevator for ADA access to get up into that. There'll be a ramp to get to the bleachers on this side. What you see underneath the bleachers is actually being enclosed with metal siding, and that'll be used for storage. Where you see on most fields, you see containers out there to house all the football gear, those type things. This will actually just allow them to store it underneath the bleachers. And it'll be sprinklered, so it meets all fire code. And this is just a picture of the Kennedy Pool House. On the inside, you can see the roof structure's all been painted now. The individual up there is doing more cleanup and prepping. He's power washing off the wood beams to get rid of all the construction dust and debris. This is the play area outside the pool house that has been redone. The pavement has been patched back in, as well as the concrete in the play structure. Pinole Valley High School. Here we go. The demolition is underway. Building 500.
That area, did I see, so do we spray down that debris?
Yes, we do. So it's all part of our dust control in order to manage it on site. So we're not impacting the neighbors, students, or the health of any individuals.
Comes out of your water.
Are we making the same mistake they did at Candlestick? Are we using fresh water or recycled water for that?
Unfortunately, the only water available is fresh water. So it's being metered at a hydrant right on Shade Drive on the corner. Not many other options for the amount of water you need for the amount of demolition work we're doing. So here you go, looking back at 500 as the debris pile has been stacked up, and we're getting ready to move on to the west. And this is photos inside the old gymnasium. This is the weight room that was attached closest to the office. And again, the old admin building, and just really showing you that all the materials have been removed out of the inside of the buildings. Anything that was hazardous, the flooring materials have been taken out, mastic. All the drywall's been taken off, and it's just really studs and concrete left. Hillside stabilization, as you saw in the earlier pictures with the demolition of the 500 building, as they move a little bit further west, we're going to begin to start to remobilize on the hillside and start to take back out the soil and rebuild the hillside. Canyon High Fab Lab, this project is moving really fast. I believe it's supposed to open up towards the end of June. And so the contractor, I think, was a 60-day, 67-day contract, and he's really making headway, no delays.
What is a Fab Lab?
Fab Lab is a computer-aided design lab. It's partially supported by MIT. There's a grant for it that the district received. So it's a...
Have a 3D printing, stuff like
They do
that?
3D printing in there, yes.
What does it stand for? Is it fabrication?
I actually don't know what it...
There's
I
a
can guess.
reporter behind you who's nodding yes.
Yeah, they have one at McLean and High in Oakland.
Oh, okay. It's fabulous.
Do we have information about the Fab Lab on the website for people to refer to?
I don't know. We can certainly find out, and if not, we can get something posted.
I would always, as when I was on the school board, when you're at a board meeting, don't say Fab Lab, spell it out. I get calls at home at 10 o'clock at night saying, "So Donna, what is this?" I go, "I wasn't at the meeting." Spell it out. Spell out SEC. Say it out loud. So people at home watching it, those who do, need to be told. That's all.
Point well taken. And this is the off-site parking for Novi High School. And again, this is a project that's just nearing closeout. I believe we're finally processing the last change orders for this one. With that, we'll move on to the KPI report.